We're joining you from our kitchen studio here. We actually have a ton of these frames that we need to paint. Zeb has been printing art out like a madman, and we are gonna knock a ton of these projects out.
So I love the frame on this, but the matting and the actual art in there is not my favorite. So we're gonna switch a lot of this out. Some art isn't terrible, but the frames are the wrong color for the piece.
I don't know about that art.
This is
Maybe we'll paint this and see.
Yeah, so I think we should paint a couple of these frames and see what the art looks like once the frame is painted.
This one, I don't know, we're getting a weird reflection, but this one is really cool. Like, I love the moody print. Zeb wanted to take it out, but I actually like it. But I want to repaint the frame and bring some of the gold back.
Frames and mirrors, so hard to film and,
I know,
and take pictures
so
of.
many angles. But I think these turned out really good. So on today's video, we're going to finish these up and we're going to take you to the shop because we're going to spray a bunch of thrift flips.
This has a nice backer on it. So since we're painting it and not removing the art, we're going to just tape this off here and then we'll go ahead and paint it. We're still probably going to get some paint underneath the tape, but it makes it a little easier to clean when we're not removing art. If I was removing the art, I'd take the whole glass and everything out. It wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, it takes a couple extra minutes, but saves a long time. So this one, we've decided to go with French Millinery. We're going to dark wax it because this is a very moody print. So we'll put the French Millinery, wet distress it, then clear and dark wax it. And I think that's gonna play well with the colors that are on here and make the frame look a little bit more sophisticated.
We're also not gonna pull the art on this. We're on the fence on this one, but we're gonna see what it looks like once we paint the frame aviary. It's kind of just washed out white and then a light frame. We're gonna darken that up and then hopefully this art still looks pretty good. It's not bad, it just, the matting in the frame isn't working for us. One here, it's got a great quote from Proverbs, but the floral and the red are really not working with this like brassy bronze toned frame. And we're not taping this one off because we're just gonna pull this one all the way out. I got this apart and I thought that I could just like pull this mat off there, but it's got like this double-sided sticky tape all in there. So I'm just gonna fill the whole space up with art and then we'll drop the backer back in here and done. Also, this quote is like painted in gold on the back of this, so I'm going to just scrape it off.
So I'm taping off this frame and Zeb brings out this print. I'm like, what happened?
So this is a misprint. It was supposed to be the full size of the paper, which is pretty tragic because these are about, well, I'd say this piece of paper is probably $1.50 per page. And so when I do a big print, I really need it to be a big print, but we're not gonna waste it. We're gonna use this little bit anyway and get it done.
I love that print. We actually have another one we'll show you that we already finished with this print in a different size.
Yeah, this print is actually not available. This is just the big prints, but we're thinking about doing a decoupage paper out of it.
Yeah, comment below if you wanna see more cottage and art. Maybe not just in decoupage paper, but in larger art quality prints.
Yeah, we'll show you in a minute. We've got some big ones printed out. They're gonna be cool. So the way we're doing this today is we're seeing what art is gonna fit in all of these different frames. And then we're going ahead and painting the frame, the color to match. I wanna do like skeleton key on this, I think.
I would go Americana or crockery.
You think so? I'm gonna do crockery because that's gonna pull with the cottage there.
So we decided to go with aviary, which I think pulls the green from the matting perfectly and tones back this print. I do like the floral. It was just looking a little 80s in the current frame, but when we do the aviary with the dark wax, it'll moody it up a little bit.
Let's see if I can get that glare off. Oh, either way I go, there's skylight or sun coming in.
Just know that it's awesome.
Okay, so we've got cottage color and white linen, got a built-in sealer. We've got DIY paint in sandy blonde, not a built-in sealer, porous. We're gonna combine the two. This is actually just a little bit of sandy blonde in here, and then the white linen, and I'm gonna paint that on this frame because I wanted it to be a little lighter. Crockery is a little darker than that, so we're mixing it up.
Deb printed out this sheep one that definitely will be in a decoupage coming soon to you. I'm thinking a medium-sized one like this, if we can find the rice paper, and definitely a smaller size. But we're going to frame it out to get the entire tree.
You want to do the tree? I feel like we don't want to lose these in the background, so maybe just over And then we can come up a
Yeah.
little.
I want the trunk.
The trunk, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, you can move it over a little bit as long as we get those little sheep there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we'll go.
So we went ahead and went with weathered wood on this frame is what I'm gonna paint because I think it's gonna pair really nicely with that sheep print. So these ones are some chalk couture frames. If you don't know what that is, it's like a stencil company. The white was okay, but it was distressed, kind of weird. So I'm repainting them with weathered wood. Zeb's getting the last insert out. I'm actually gonna put the inserts back in case somebody wants them for like a chalk couture chalkboard or magnet board, but we're gonna put pretty art in front. I thrifted these frames for, how much were they? Like $5 for the little ones?
Those two were $5, this one was $10.
That one was $10 for that big frame. Every frame you're gonna see here today was thrifted for $10 or less.
When it's hot outside and you don't have the patience to wait for things to just dry on their own.
Now that our projects are starting to dry outside, we're gonna start wet distressing some of them. This one we're bringing back the gold detail, and then we'll add clear, and then dark wax. Now that Zeb's got that dark wax on there over the clear wax, he is wiping it back, and you can see that this French millinery has gotten really moody. It used to be light and bright, and now it's gonna pair really well with this frame. It kind of goes with this matte, some of the purples and the floral. I can't wait to get the tape off. Now we get to see if the tape did the work. Oh, it's pretty clean. So what I did on this tape is I pushed it hard, like down along the edge, and I think that helped. Although maybe too hard because I can't get it off.
Get the tape off.
Oh, that's very satisfying.
It's definitely making that floral print pop out more though.
So that's good. All right, just a little wet distress on this. Bringing it back, the white detail.
Looks like you had some white on your rag.
Never mind the purple that came off on my rag. I'll wipe it back. It's all right. But you can see all that detail comes back when you wet distress that. Then we'll clear and dark wax it, and it will be perfect. This frame is not solid wood, and a lot of people are like, oh, my frame's plastic or whatever. Can I paint over it? This is probably like resin, maybe metal over resin, I don't know. And it's just fine. You just paint it and go.
Sometimes they're foam.
Yeah, we have a beautiful foam mirror that nobody believes is foam when they see it. Now we're just doing a lot of distressing on all the frames, starting with this frame that was white linen and sandy blonde because it does have a little sandy blonde in it, not as much sealer. So we're just pushing really hard and wet distressing before it dries and cures up.
I'm still not going to worry about sealing over the top of it though, because once this is cured, this isn't going anywhere. I'm having to push really hard, and we just painted it.
You can see the sheen on it. It does have sealer on it.
Okay, there we have it. All matted up. Look at all that glare.
Let me see. So while I have this weathered wood out, I've got these candlesticks I painted. I'm gonna paint my sheep, my little box statue, and then I'm gonna get the copper out and do this little Jesus with the lamb because it already sold. Then we're gonna head to the shop and paint lots of stuff white. Are you excited? Zeb.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Are you excited to paint stuff white?
Pumped.
He's pumped.
I love the white.
It actually looks so good when it's done. Maybe we'll do cream, I don't know, you never know. Zeb's getting all the art in our big frames that we painted weathered wood. We'll show you what it looks like all done. Zeb, show us, ooh, that's good. Weathered wood, little wet distress, clear wax.
I had to glue this on here. So the backer was bigger than the frame, so I just took little
hot
of
glue.
hot glue on the corners, just little dabs.
Little dabby doos.
Yeah.
I got my copper drying. We got some candlesticks. We're knocking projects out. Also, sorry for the backpacks in the hallway. Kids got home. They left their stuff in the hall. I forgot to actually film doing it, but I just used DIY's white wax and brushed it on here and then wiped it back. And I've got this really great cement look. I think the sheep is definitely the biggest improvement. It used to be that blue sponge paint. Next up for waxing is Jesus with the lamb. The copper is dry. It took 2 coats, and I'm gonna get dark wax on it. Here's Jesus with the dark wax wiped back, and I think it looks so much better than just the plain white. It looks like a really cool, like aged copper statue.
I've got these 2 frames done. They're the same frame except for different sizes, and I've got another one this size right here, but I'm trying to decide, do I do pastoral or floral in it? These are our options. This is a vertical floral print that I've got printed out. And then I've got this pastoral print that I actually love. I think it would go really well with what I've already got in those other 2, so I'm leaning towards this one. All right, this is the tiebreaker. Pastoral or floral?
I like pastoral. We already have a big, like 2 florals in the mix, so
Okay.
I think it's good. We can find another frame for that.
Yeah, now we're on the hunt for another frame for that floral.
I bet if you really cleaned out the barn, you could find another frame.
Oh, I'm sure there's something in there right now.
So we took the Ranger to the shop with all of our loot, everything that we painted today, and everything that needs to be sprayed white. And everything arrived alive. Zeb slammed on his brakes. I was worried a little bit about my statue. Only once, but we made it. We just have 2 boxes to paint white. We'll do that as soon as we get back and hopefully get done before we have to pick up the boys from football. To spray all of our thrift flips that we're going to be spraying today, we're going to be using a mix of White Swan with Crockery to create the perfect cream color. We use our purple HVLP sprayer from Harbor Freight. It's about 60 PSI, and our ratio is about 3 tablespoons of water to 1 pint of paint. If you want to use a sprayer like this, just make sure you have an air compressor that's at least 20 gallons, if not bigger.
These are barely even dry. Let me see if I can even get a wet distress on them.
It's the next day. We're at the shop. I brought some treats for my chickens. And we're just going to finish up a few things. We were hoping to be all the way done by our anniversary, which is today. But of course, we didn't get it finished last night. So we'll show you what we got to finish up, and then we'll get everything listed on the website. You girls want a treat? And Fred? Can't forget Fred. You guys want some grapes? Num num. Buttercup left you a fresh one.
Yeah, she likes to do that.
So some of the things already have tags on them because we did not beat Maria to the shop this morning. She's already getting things going because she's amazing. But there's a few things that I wanted to do. I'm thinking dark wax this piece, dark wax this piece. This is going to Leslie. She bought this one too. So I want to do something that complements the look of this with this, since both pieces are going to the same house. And then this just needs an IOD transfer. So just a couple things this morning, and then we'll be ready to show you all of our projects and get them all up on the website. Are you stoked?
I'm so stoked to get this done.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive. Looking in
All right, guys, we got all of these projects knocked out. I will do a slow pan of all of the small projects as well as all of the frames. And I'll show you Zeb hanging up a couple of things on the wall.
Yeah, we had one thing that didn't make it. It got some dust or something in the finish, so it's still in the barn drying a second coat on it, but it'll get done here in a couple minutes.
If you guys need these paint projects for your thrift flips and home decor, visit JamieRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more.
DIY.
We'll see you on the next
your
one.
eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better.
rice paper display. I think Ivy did this. She put the labels on there and we can slide them in and out, change them as needed. I'm really loving it. That's gonna hang this, yeah, that looks good. I think I want to paint this black though, so comment below. Do you think I should paint this black? I think it would really make all that paper pop. Zeb's clock sold, that was here last time, so we'll see if this is the magic spot. Yeah, it looks good.
I'm gonna have two nails, so it's always difficult when you have 2 points.
I just wanna love you right. Love it till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there.